Hi guys, how are we all doing? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Rodian and today we're going to be doing some details on the roof. If this weather holds up. Right, a few things to say before we go. This week it might be a bit slow. It's supposed to dump it down with rain all week. Yesterday, it's Tuesday today. Yesterday was pretty much just written off. It was so wet. And also I woke up and I've got a bit of a bad back. It seems strange because I sat down at my kitchen table and that's all I did and my back hurt. Brickies out there, let me know down in the comments how many of you guys have got bad backs. Is it something that just we have to put up with? And also any tips on how to get rid of it. I'm just dosed up with painkillers at the moment. But yeah, any tips down below would be greatly appreciated. Well, anyway, let's get on with this roof and see if we can get some stuff done before the rain comes. Typical England, eh? Right, so what we're looking at today is underneath this little tray at the bottom here, we're going to put some timbers in here. As I said in the last video, no, I don't even think I said about it in the last video, we're going to put some little timbers in here to cut across this little gap here. They're called spigots. I think they're called spigots. And then we put an air vent. The air vent goes on like so, and then the bit of timber comes up from probably where that batten is there, comes up to the same height as the top here, so this can sit over the top and it doesn't have that little dip in it like that. So it'll sit on there nicely and all, because every morning I'm coming in and there's loads of water in here, so I have it, so it'll go over like that. So the aiming game is to do that today. And also last video I asked questions if I was doing this right, and a few of you put out a few pointers saying that the battens I probably should space them out correctly and go up and felt as I go rather than do the whole thing in one, purely because there'll be a couple of little holes here and there. But I just wanted to get a vast majority of it covered in, and it just makes me feel like I've actually got something achieved, because if I do it bit by bit, I don't know, I feel like it's just going to take me forever. Whereas this way I put it in, just bang 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 bang, just put the battens all the way up. Obviously the top bit I've left and there's a little bit around the front that I've left. But what I'm going to do is with all the little, because there's only a couple of nails on each batten, I'm going to go through with a few clout nails, and if I do find a hole that's a bit, looks like it needs covering, I'll just bang a clout nail over it and that should hold any water coming in and out. I know it's a bit of a tedious way of doing it, but I mean, I feel like it should be fine. Right, so we're going to get these bits of wood cut. So as you see, I just put a bit of timber in there, marked it out, and we need a fair few of these. But I'm going to need what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 just along here, and then we've got all of that as well, all the front and all of these dormers. So I'm not really going to cut all them by hand. That's going to take forever. There's got to be an easier way of doing that, surely. Well, this is what I'm going to use to cut those bits of timber. I ain't going to use a handsaw, I'm going to use this whopping great chop saw. It's a bit bigger than the old chop saw I used to have, but I tell you what, this thing will munch through anything you put it. I've cut railway sleepers with it, I've cut roofs with it, I've cut architraves, skirting with it, anything. This will just chomp straight through it. Now I know out there are a lot smaller chop saws than this. This is quite a large one in comparison, but the reason I got the big one, not only because it's more powerful, is because this swivels both directions. Now every other chop saw I've had in the past, like the cheaper ones, they only go one way. Now that absolutely frustrated me, because if you're in a tight space, if you're cutting skirting and you're on one side and need to cut it and it has to be the cut on the other side, I don't want to turn the whole bit of timber around and do all that other crap. You just slip this over, job done. Now that is one of the main reasons why I bought it, and it is the more expensive one. I think it was about 400 quid when I paid for it, but it is an absolute beast. And I'll tell you what, the only downside to it in my opinion is it's a bit big to lump around. Like if you're going to a job and you want it in the back of the motor, it's a little bit big, it's a little bit heavy to lump around, so the portability is not as good, but I reckon everything outweighs it massively. If you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description. Go and check it out. Right, enough of me bigging up Betty the Bosch. I think we better cut up a few bits of timber, eh? Let's get to it. Well, I've got a few old bits of timber here that I'm going to cut up. I want to probably do, I don't know, say about 40 to 50 of these little cuts. So, tip, never throw away your timber till the end of the job. You never know when you're going to need it. So yeah, I'm going to cut through, 40 or 50 of these to go through this backside here, and then I'll keep the original one, the pattern one I'll call it, in case, well no, for when I do the front of the house, so then I'll use exactly the same pattern and just cut another 40 odd, and that should be plenty. So right, I'll set you down and we'll just cut a load of these bits of timber. So now we've officially got enough sawdust down our neck and we've got our cuts. Let's jump back up on the scaffold and start banging them in. Look at that, perfect fit. Right, now let's have a little competition. That's pretty thin, isn't it? I've got to bang a nail through that. Down in the comments, what do you think? Are they going to snap or are they going to be alright? I reckon they'll be alright. But down the bottom, don't cheat and look forward. Go down, pause the video now. Type down the bottom and let's see who wins. I reckon it'll be fine. Let's give it a go. Right, so if I bang this in at the biggest point possible, that shouldn't split. Agreed? Perfect. No, that won't fit back in. That's cool. I should probably put these in as well. Right, I'll run along and put these air vents in these spigots. Are they called spigots? Let me know in the comments. I don't know, spigots, spriggets, spriggans. Hold on, aren't they from Skyrim? Anyway, I'll run along and put these in, and then we'll be good to set battens out. I just wanted to make a short little video about this little detail, get your opinions on it and see what you think of it. Leave a like down below if I've managed to make this very mundane task look as cool as possible. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a bit more battening. So yeah, take care and I'll see you then.